Child's pose. Bring your big toes together to touch. Take your knees to the width of your mat. Settle your hips back onto your heels and your forehead down onto the earth. And some of you are already doing it, but together now, take a deep breath in through your nose and let a sigh come out through your mouth. Take a couple more breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Use that exhale to settle your physical body down onto your mat, into the space, into your practice. And after those first couple of sighs, allow you to soften a little bit. Now take your hands mat width distance apart. Spread your fingers, press all 10 fingers down and forward into your mat and stretch your hips back towards the back of the room. Seal your lips. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. And exhale through your nose for 4 counts. Develop your breath right here. Feel how that pressure through your hands is already creating more space through your body, opening your ribs up, opening your lungs up. And now organize your breath inside the space you're creating. Good. On the next inhale, lift up to downward facing dog. An upside down letter V shape. Good. Keep present your breath. Inhale through your nose, 4 count in. Exhale through your nose, 4 count out. Good. Come out to high plank position. So shoulders over wrists, heels over the balls of your feet. Keep this distance between your hands and your feet. Now downward facing dog, take it back. Now open your hands up, mat width distance apart. A lot of you are very narrow with your hands. Take up some width between your hands. Good. Feet at hip width distance apart. Now press all 10 of your fingertips into the mat. All 10 of your fingertips. So those of you who are tuning in, they're like new to yoga, new to this practice, or if you've been practicing forever, know that like 80% of your pose comes out of your foundation. So the way you are in your hands, the way you are in your feet is going to be the way you are in your whole body. If anything feels unsustainable, tight, constricted, stuck, check your foundation. A lot of you look stuck in your shoulders, and the stuck is your hands are too close together. Take your hands wider. Yes. Index fingers forward to the front of the room. Now press your index finger and your thumb down. Drill your thumb side of your hands into the mat. Press now your seat up and back by driving your hands down and forward. Your shoulders will move towards your ears. Let that happen. Yes, now breathe. It's like old bad cueing to pull your shoulders away from your ears. That's not what you want. Push your hands down and forward. Allow your shoulders to move towards your ears and stretch your hips up and back as far as you can. Now, can your heels go down and back a little bit more? Breathe right there. Take 3 deep breaths. Yeah, you bend your knees as much as you need to. Yeah, back of your legs. You might need that adaptation to ease your hamstrings into the party. Take 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out. Now walk your feet up to the top of your mat. With your feet hip width distance apart, inhale, lift halfway up. Pause right here. Hands to your shins. So on the front, bend your knees until they're right over the center of your heels. Yes. Press the center of each heel down into the floor. So feel that. Lift your toes up. Drive your heels down. Good. Press your hands into your shins and hug your arms back towards your hips. So you're feeling your armpit squeeze as you do that. Last step, pull the top of your head forward away from your hips. So you elongate your spine from your tail to your crown. Take a full breath in here. Open all the joints along your back. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Pull the pit of your belly up. Dangle your torso down. If that's a lot early on, bring your forearms to the top of your thighs. The more foundation you give yourself, the more freedom and support your body will have in order to open. Now set your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. With every breath, feel and deepen the connection of your feet to the floor, your heels to the floor. Take 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out. Drive your feet down and feel how your feet move your torso away from your legs. So you'll peel up all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up. Drive your feet down. Lift up through the pelvis, through the crown, up to your fingers. Reach high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Set an intention for your practice. And we'll begin with 3 ohms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach up. Let your shoulders go up as your fingers go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Press your heels down, crown forward. Plant your palms, step back, high to low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Breathe in, plug into your hands, plug into your feet, breathe out. Here's your last breath in. Blow all the air out, look at your hands, step your feet up to your hands. Then inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Extended mountain pose, press down through your feet, reach all the way up, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, bend your knees. Low push up, take it back. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Hands, set them up, feet. Now breathe. 2 more breaths. Press your hands down and forward. Stretch your hips up and back. Here's your last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Jump or step, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain pose. Stretch up. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Low push up. Upward facing dog, all 10 fingertips down. Downward facing dog, good, Aaron. 3 breaths together. 2 more breaths. Bend your knees enough that when you press your hands down, your seat moves up and back. Good. Last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way up. Extended mountain pose. Reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift up. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Get long hand to hip. Breathe out. Front ribs, hug them up and in. Good. Last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain pose. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Fold. Halfway lift up. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more sine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Just this one thing. Breathe out. Just this one thing. Last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold. Breathe out. Stand up, reach up. Full breath in, fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, get long, fill, low push up, blow all the air out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in and out. 2 more breaths like that. Last inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, jump. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, sit your hips back, reach up, forward fold. Halfway lift up, low push up. So 1 breath, 1 movement. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb, warrior 1, back foot flat, reach your arms up, low push up. Get permission for it to be a little messy. Upward facing, downward facing dog, left side warrior 1. So step in, reach up, it is what it is. Low push up, go. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. So you have a whole practice to really like fine tune and dig in and get deep. Right now, all you're doing is breathing and moving. It's like the warm up. Take 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out, bend your knees, jump. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, forward fold. Halfway lift up, low push up. You could drop back into the low push up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot warrior 1, step, reach up, low push up. Up dog. Down dog, left side, inhale, reach, low push up. Upward facing dog, that's 1 breath, downward facing dog. Good, now take 3 breaths. You can take a sigh in there at any point. 2 more. Last breath in, blow all the air out, jump. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, fold. Halfway lift, pull the pit of your belly up, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot, right thumb, warrior 1. Step, reach, low push up. Up dog, down dog, left side. Step, reach high, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. We've got 2 more. Breathe in, bend your knees, breathe out, float. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, fold. Halfway lift, set your eyes to 1 point, low push up. Upward facing dog, see 1 point, downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward, warrior 1. Reach high, low push up. Up dog, down dog, left side. And you can adapt as you need to. So maybe your back heel stays up or your back knee's down, low push up. Do what you have to do to stay in motion. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, 1 more. It's the moving and the breathing, almost like a runway into your practice, linking these 2 things together. Last breath in, bend your knees, blow it out, jump. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, fold. Halfway lift, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot warrior 1. Could be low lunge, could be crescent lunge, low push up. That's it. Up dog, down dog, left side. So make it a step. You take 1,000,000 steps across your lifetime. Low push up. Just a step with your breath. Good. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Take a big breath in. Blow the air out. Settle. Now inhale your right leg up and back. Bend your lifted knee. Open your hips. You can stay right here. This is 3-legged dog. or you can step off the right side of your mat for flip dog. All 10 toes, if you flip, face them to the back of the room. So a lot of you, your right foot is turning out to the right. Turn your right toes to face that back wall. Now press the big toe mound of each foot down, the center of each heel down. Plug your feet down. Now press your bottom 5 fingertips down and have your weight even between those 3 points. Go with your own felt sense and feel. Your 2 feet and your 1 hand, they are all pressing down the same amount. Take 1 more breath in. Now flip back, high plank, bring your big toes to touch. Side plank, heels to the right, left arm to the sky. Yep, you could drop your bottom knee down. You could lift your top leg up, so dial up, dial down. You can play with it that way. Press your heels towards the back of the room and the top of your head forward. So you can take it like that. So you would face this way. Breathe, that's it. 3 more breaths. So turn this, if you can go more this way, good. Beautiful job pressing down through your back foot. Take 1 more breath in, 2 hands to the floor, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let a sigh come up, clear some space. Yeah, lift your left leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hips, stay or flip. So you can stay right here in the 3-legged or flip your dog. All 10 toes face the back. All 5 fingertips on the floor, press down. Now deepen your breath wherever you're at. Take 1 more breath in. Flip back, high plank, side plank, face the right side of the room. Beautiful. Pull your toes up towards your kneecaps. You might notice how that pulls all of your leg strength up the front of your thighs, up towards your belly. And now pull the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Soften your breath. Soften inside the pose. 1 more breath in. Hands to the floor, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb, crescent lunge. Front foot at 12 o'clock. So look with your eyes and set your front foot at 12. There's a little bit of like play with that. It's not a solid setup for everybody. Your heel can move inside the width of your 3 middle toes. So for some, it might be behind like that 4th toe. For some, it might be behind the 2nd toe. Play and feel for where the 12 o'clock works within your body. Now stretch your front knee over your front heel. Press all 4 corners of your front foot down. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Take a breath in. Hands to heart. Hinge forward. Twist to the right side. Crescent twist. Keep the setup with your front foot. I know in this pose, my heel keeps trying to come up. My heel will keep trying to leave the ground. Lift your front toes, everybody, and drive your front heel down to create strength and vitality in your front leg, enough to hold you here. Breath in, blow all the air out. Stay planted in your front foot. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Open to warrior 2. See if you can keep your front knee bent. Good. If your front foot moved around, reset 12 o'clock. And then stretch your front knee out towards the baby toe side of your right foot. Take a breath in, tilt, extended side angle. Beautiful. Knee towards that right side, tracking towards the 4th toe on your front foot. And as you press your front foot down, draw your bottom hip back. Good. So Jordana, keep your knee bent. Keep your upper body more relaxed than that. You are tipped forward a little bit. That's fine. Relax your upper body a bit. Drive your front heel. Yep. Hug your right butt cheek back. Yes. Now 2 more breaths. Keep drawing your front knee forward. Take 1 more breath in. 2 hands to the floor. Step back. Low push up. Yeah. Upward facing dog. There's probably a little bit more something happening through your right leg. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Clear it out. And step your left foot to your left thumb, crescent lunge. Line up your front foot. Now, once you've got your front foot set, what becomes interesting next is your back foot. Press your back big toe mound down and lift the heel of your back foot over the ball of the back foot. Yes, and you might need to bend your knees. You could probably go a lot longer. There you go. Drive your back big toe, drive your front heel. From those 2 feet now, zip up the front of the pelvis all the way up through the crown, the fingers, breathe in, crescent twist to the left side. Good. Now, again, locate your back foot, that back big toe. From the press of your back foot into the floor, squeeze your back thigh muscle up against your back thigh bone. So get really firm and stable through your back leg. Good. Kevin, squeeze up more through here. So your hips can come up a little bit higher. Yeah. Ground your front big toe mound down. Good. Now take 1 more breath in. Keep this firm. Blow all the air out. Come up to the crescent lunge. Open to warrior 2. Face the left side. Can you keep your foot where it's at? If not, you need to readjust. Can you readjust into a 12 o'clock that works? Good. Front foot pressing. Now press the back foot into the floor as much as your front foot. I know that when my front leg is starting to fatigue out, it's the back foot pressing down that helps create balance so my front leg can stay. See if that's true for you too. Take a breath in, tilt, extended side angle. Now deep breaths. You can reach your top arm long. You can take a half bind. You can take a full bind. Colin's taking the full. Whichever one you're working with, lengthen your left butt cheek back towards the back of the room. 3 more breaths. So you're going to move your hip this way. Yeah. Try the half. Try the half. Yeah. Take 1 more breath in. 2 hands to the floor. Low push-up flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Blow all the air out. Look forward. Jump. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift up and fold. Chair pose. Prayer twist to the right side. Hands to heart. Twist. Left arm, elbow maybe on your right thigh. The deeper option is outside your right thigh. You can get your elbow right on top of your thigh if you've got that. Another cool way, perfect. I love that. Now lift all 10 toes up. Shift your weight back into your heels. Feel how that moves your sitting bones further back. Keep your hips drawn back and press the top of your head forward. If you're in bird, the action of your hip moving back is your left hip moving down towards the floor. Good. 2 more breaths. Now that's good, Larissa. Press here. Good. Squeeze up through here. Whew. Last breath in. Stay for the out. Chair pose, reach and fold. Fingers to toes, forward fold. Open your feet up. Catch your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Take a breath in. On the exhale, open your mouth and let it go. And do that again. Breath in. Open your mouth. 2 more. You have like a whole week to get out of your system, right? 1 more breath in. Open your mouth, your jaw, let it out. Good, you're ready. Chair pose on the inhale. Twist to the left side. Go for it. We put so much of our energy and our awareness typically up into our thinking. right? So like maybe you're thinking about the pose and thinking about what should I do in the pose and worried about what's going to happen in the pose. That's all that energy kind of going up. Instead, put your attention down, drive whatever part of you is on the floor down into the floor, and get really interested as a practice in what is happening with your feet and the floor. Lift your toes up, drive the center of each heel down. Now, can you move your hips down and back more to free your spine up more? Good. Breath in. Stay for the out. Chair pose, heels down, arms up. Fold, gorilla pose. Bend your knees, slide your hands under the soles of your feet. Drop your torso, your head all the way down. Take 4 breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let something go. Y'all are a little tight this morning. Tight, like, not tight like physical, tight like in your approach. Drop your head, drop your head. Like taking it all too seriously, like that tight. Drop your head. It's yoga, right? You're just flopping around on a mat for a little while. Don't take it so seriously. It can have profound impact on your life, but it doesn't have to be serious. See if you can separate those two things out. Like it's playtime. Okay, give it one more breath in. Blow all the air out. Crow pose. Set your hands at the top of your mat. Knees deep outside your armpits, feet together. Look forward. Your feet might stay down, or you can lean forward and lift your feet up and be at play. So give up that you know how it's going to go. Give up that you know what to do. Give up, you know how this is going to turn out, and just go and play and discover it as you're doing it. Like Leo's got a headstand happening. It could look like that. Kathy's got goddess squat. That's a way to do it. Cool. Now 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath in. Feet to the back of your mat, low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Bend your knees, blow it out. Jump, feet to your hands. Just go. Lift halfway up. Good. And fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up. Bring your feet together. Eagle pose, right side. Wrap and go. Yep, and you could just wrap your arms and you could just wrap your legs. If you're like waiting for me to give you some way to do it, don't wait for me. Listen to your body and be in discovery of your body on your mat. Good, and then step down, reach up, take a breath. Left side eagle pose. All I can ever do as a teacher is point you in a direction. You have to go there, right? You go there or you don't go there. And then you're the one in control of where you go and where you don't go. The depth of exploration is completely up to you. Give that 1 more breath and then step down. Inhale, reach up, right side eagle pose, go. So you could like just go into it. That's a possibility. Just wrap and go just to see what happens. Or you could go slow and see what happens. It's not right, it's not wrong. Good. Hug your right hip back until it's level with your left. Nice, Kevin. And I'll give that 1 more breath. 2 feet down, reach up, take a new breath in, left side eagle pose. Nope, your body knows how to move. Set your eyes to a point. Feel your standing heel and your standing big toe mound press down. Good. Give 1 more breath. Blow it out. Squeeze. And then step down. Reach up. Catch your hips. Standing leg raise right side. Bend your right knee. Catch your right knee. So if you're kind of like newer or something, you can catch your hip. If you're working with hip challenges, you can catch just your right knee, and that might be a perfect working spot for you. If you've been working with your knee for a while, catch your foot and now start playing with extending your knee. If you've been extending for a while and you've got the bend, your next step is, can you hug your right thigh back and press your foot forward to get longer? Now 2 more breaths. Good. A sigh, Aaron, will help. A sigh to settle your standing foot. Good. Take your leg now out to the right. Good. Calling in, everyone. Drop your right hip down level with the left. And there you'll discover where your foundation isn't quite supporting the next step in the pose. So now get reinterested in your foundation. Take 1 more breath in and come back to center. Kick your right leg forward, reach up, airplane pose, kick your right leg for the back. Press your right heel all the way back, your heart all the way forward. As you stretch, your standing foot will dance. Can you reground and reestablish your foundation to support where you are now? Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Left hand to the floor or a block. So for most of us, it's a high block, 12 inches in front of the front baby toe. Then go a little more forward than that. Yeah, good. Front foot at 12 o'clock. So Jordana, check your bottom foot. Turn, that's it. Now, yep, the tendency will be for your heel, your big toe to lift up. Yep. So as you set it up, bend your standing knee more. And your leg, top leg does not have to lift as high. But set up that standing foot. Press the standing foot. Press the standing big toe mound. Last step, dial your left foot towards the left to help press your big toe mound down. Now 2 more breaths. When I do this, I know my left butt cheek starts to burn. That might be the case. Take 1 more breath in. 2 feet to the floor and fold. Bend your knees, drape all the way down. Take 1 breath. Blow it out. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up. Standing leg raise on the left side. Catch your knee. Catch your big toe and extend your knee. Catch your baby toe and extend your knee. Discover where is the edge of the pose for you. Okay. Draw your shoulders straight back towards the back of the room. Take a breath in, leg out to the left side. Hug your left thigh down and into your left hip socket to keep your hips level. Okay, come back to center, kick your left leg forward, reach high, airplane pose, left leg for the back of the room. Relax your standing toes. Bend your standing knee more. So Colin, bend your standing knee more. Yes. So now feel how all the muscles in your leg lift up. That's what you're looking to feel. Carry light in your front toes, your standing toes. Bend your knee more. Press the heel. So your whole back line on your standing leg lights up. Bring your hands to heart center, half moon. A tall block, 12 inches in front of your bottom baby toe. So this pose is asking your bottom butt cheek to open and strengthen at the same time. It's quite an ask. And so come in keeping your standing foot pressed as your access point to both the opening and the strengthening. 2 more breaths. A lot of you, your feet have turned in. Open your toes back out to 12 o'clock. Give yourself permission to struggle and to not get it perfect right out of the gate. Take 1 more breath in. Cool. 2 feet to the floor and fold. Grab a strap for dancer pose. If you're using or you're going for standing bow, you don't need the strap. Inhale, come all the way up. Bend your right knee and catch it for dancer or standing bow. So if there's no strap, bend your right knee. Catch the inside of your right ankle. Bring your 2 knees right underneath your hips and pause. So we're all going to go together. 2 knees right under your hips and pause. Good. Left arm to the sky. If you have the strap, it's your 2 arms are back behind you and prep. Cool. Now, lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Keep that. Keep your chest right where it's at, as though you're standing against a brick wall. You can't move forward. Kick your right shin bone back. So your chest can't move forward. Do not let yourself tip. Carry, come back up vertical. So it's just that lifted chest, kick your shin back. Pull the front of your pelvis up to your belly button as you do that. When you cannot kick back anymore, now tip. Keep the same pressure of your shin going back and the front of your pelvis pulling forward as you tip forward. Good. Take 3 breaths. 2 more. Set your eyes, breathe right at the edge of the pose. 1 more breath in and step all the way out. Beautiful. 2 feet to the top of your mat, hands to your hips. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Good. Left side. Bend your left knee. Catch inside your left ankle. Pause. Set your foundation intentionally. Bring your 2 knees underneath your hips. Now lift the front of your pelvis up to your navel. Good. Keep that. Press your left shin back. Do not let your chest move. It can be humbling to see, like, this is as far back as I've got right now, and that's okay. Once you've got as far back as you've got with your shin, now tilt. Breathe. Press all 4 corners of your standing foot into the floor. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Step down. Take a breath at the top of your mat. We've got 1 more set. Right side dancer. Bend your knee. Dancer or standing bow. Catch and go. So now you know how to set your foundation. Go for it. Create an intentional foundation and come from being up to something bigger. The foundation you set now is the possibility of the biggest pose that you have access to. So if you are already outgrowing the foundation, put your attention back in and set it. Really strengthen your standing foot to set up that strong root. Take a breath in and step out. 2 feet to the floor, catch your breath. Left side dancer pose. Bend, catch, and go. And feel now how your foundation, it's not just your foot, it's your foot pressing down and then the pit of your belly pulling up. From your pelvis, push down. From the floor, pull up into your pelvis. Take 1 more breath. These look beautiful. 2 feet to the top of your mat. Excellent. At the top, tree pose. Right foot to your left inner thigh. Could also be your left inner calf. Just make sure you're above or below your knee joint. Press down through your standing heel, your standing big toe. Stretch your arms all the way up. Lift your toes and press the ball mound. So this part. So not the toe pad as much. Yes. Yeah. Take 1 more breath, reach high, and now switch sides. Left foot to your right inner thigh or calf. Locate your standing foot, ground your standing foot down. And you might need to soften your right knee a little bit. Yep. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, reach all the way up, stretch up through your pelvis to the crown, and step down to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, bend your knees. Hands to the floor, low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, triangle pose. So front foot at 12, we've got that. Back foot at 90. Toes will point, if you're in studio, to the window wall. If you're at home, it's that left side wall. And now your feet are on a tightrope. Use your block and place that right here. Now, arms out to a T, like here. Stretch this arm forward as much as you've got, and then place your hand on the block. And it can just be fingertips. That's perfect. Press your front big toe mound down. Beautiful. Hug your right inner thigh back. Now take 2 big breaths. See if you can soften inside your right hip joint. One more breath in. Stay for the out. Now inhale, come all the way up to stand. All 10 toes face the left long side of your mat. Catch your hips. Fold, torso down between your 2 legs. Good. You can play with headstand or handstand here. Good. If your legs are up, stretch your legs out wide to bring them back down. Feet active and projecting out. Great control, Leo. At the bottom, catch your hips, blow all the air out. Inhale, stand up. Turn to the front, reverse namaste, front facing forward fold. Front foot at 12, back foot at 60 degrees. So pointing to the upper left-hand corner of your mat, square your hips to the front. Take a breath in, fold over your right thigh. Good. Drop your hands at the bottom. So once you've taken it, drop down. If you're in split, you'll do this too. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right shin. Right hand flat to the outside of your right shin. So pick up your right hand and put it flat to the outside of your right shin. So right there. Yep. So not the ankle, not the knee, the outside of your right shin. Yep. We'll wait for everybody. So palm flat right here to the outside of your right shin. Yep. Go for it, Kyle. Outside of your right shin, right here. If that's like not working with the floor, like it's too deep, put a block under your left hand. So right hand goes right here. Got it. Now, press your front big toe mound down and look at your front big toe mound. Lift your toes up. Good. The big toe mound, it's the joint where the big toe plugs into the foot. Press that down. Good. Hand to the outside of your shin. Now, as your big toe mound presses down, keep that. Press your shin out into your hand. Keep pushing your big toe mound down and push your shin out into your hand. Good, Colin. Keep pushing your big toe mound down. So both things. This is called a contralateral contraction. That's building stability in your lower leg. Big toe mound presses down and push out into your hand. Now take your whole leg and that press and hug it up into your right hip. Yes. Yes. So Kevin has got it. Your whole leg will start dancing. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. And if you're in the split, you're doing this too. Nikki, go to the outside of your shin. Yes. Now flex your foot. You might need a block under you. So if this is too much, support yourself. This presses forward. Now push into your hand with your shin. Yeah. Yeah. Now hug from here to here, up and into your body. Yes, like that. Now breathe a lot. Take 2 more breaths. One more breath in. Blow it out. Hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths there and just feel out your leg. You might notice like the one heel is down and the other one's not. Or one hip feels totally different than the other one. Or one leg is warmer than the other one. Yeah, it's wild. I had a 14-year-old girl I used to do privates with, and I did this to be like, look how cool all this stuff is. And I freaked her out because she's like, my leg is going to be longer than the other one forever. You can't do that with a 14-year-old girl. But it's like that. Your one leg will be totally different. So let's do it to the other side. Okay, take a breath. We don't want you to hobble out of here. Left foot between your hands. Triangle pose. Good. Set it up. Now you could even use that outer shin thing here where you take the block in your arm to the outer part of your shin, press your big toe mound down, and press your shin into your hand in the block, but do both. Yeah. Now hug your left outer hip back. Breathe right there. Yeah. Beautiful. Breathe. Feel like you're pulling the whole earth up through your leg into the center of your body. Take one more breath. And I'll inhale, stand all the way up. 10 toes face the right side of the mat. Catch your hips and fold down between your 2 feet. Both feet at 12 o'clock. You could put your flat palms on the outsides of your shins here. Press your big toe mounds down. Press your shins into your hands. And when I do that, I can feel the whole back of my pelvis open up. And it's what allows my low back to drop out of my pelvis. Okay, really apply some pressure to your shins. Good. Take one more breath. If your legs are up, yep, take them out and down. And then everyone catch your hips. Inhale, stand up, turn forward. Reverse namaste, front facing forward fold. So as you fold over your left thigh, left hand to the outside of your left shin. So again, if that's a really deep fold for you, look up front real quick. So if you're kind of like in this limbo where this hand's out on the floor and you're not supported or you don't feel supported, put a block underneath that other hand. So you want to feel that you have enough foundation here that your body can move around. It's not kind of locked down. Okay, so high block, medium block under your right hand, your left hand on the outside of your left shin. Good. Now press your left big toe mound down. If you're in split, it's that left big toe mound forward. So this orientation with your foot like that. You might have to come up higher if that's too deep. I'll get you a block. Once you've got your big toe mound down or forward, press your shin out into your hand. Try coming up a little bit higher. Put that underneath. Good. Keep pushing your front big toe mound down. Really push your hand into your shin. So give your shin something to resist. Really push. Now push your shin out into your hand. Yes, like that. And then keep that too. Yep. Now pull your left, that's it, outer hip up and back. Woo! Breathe right there. Give that 5 big breaths. Right in the middle of the heat of the pose. Not just flexibility or openness, but strength. You're strengthening your ability to be in this open space. That looks good, actually. Give that one more breath. Blow it out. Hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Check out your legs. Pedal around. Feel your hips. Feel the back of your legs, your ability of your sitting bones to go up and back. Cool. Take a breath in. Blow the air out. Come out to a high plank and lower all the way down to the floor. All the way down. Cool. Does everyone have a block? If you have a block, I'll give you a block. If you don't, take your block, medium width, stick it between your ankles, between your shins. Does anyone not have a block? Everyone at home, grab a block. You want Colin? Got one. Anyone else need a block? Anyone else not owing up to needing a block? Joe, you look like you don't have a block. He's like, I don't mind. Block between your shins, like that. Cool. Now tuck your toes into the mat behind you. Yeah, if you need help locating your block, here we go. Yeah. You got it. It's perfect. So toes, tuck them into the mat as best you can. That's it. Now squeeze your outer shins into that block. Cool. Press your heels back towards the back of the room. Now stretch your chest forward and up. Your hands are up to you. Keep your toes tucked for now. I'm going to do this a little less. Let go a little bit. Now squeeze in. There you go. Whoop. Now don't let the block stop or drop. Squeeze. Draw it down this way. Good. Press your heels back. Press the chest forward. Hands are up to you. Hands can be up. Hands can be down. You combine. If you're feeling spicy, reach your arms for the front of the room. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, breathe, deep breaths, 2, and relax it all the way down. That's 1. Go ahead, soften completely for 1 breath. And then 1 more set. Set it up, tuck your toes. Block right between your shins. Let go for a second, Colin. Up here, yes. Now squeeze into the block. Press back through your heels. Yep, heels towards the back of the room. Press back here. Yep, heart to the front of the room. Keep pushing back this way. Breathe. Really good, Rob. 2 more breaths. Breathe deep and fluid, as deep as you can. 1 more. Lower it all the way down. Keep the block. Floor bow. Bend your knees. So this might mean, and in fact, let's take the hands out. Don't worry about catching with your hands. Keep the block. Bend your knees and just reach your arms back like this. You're not going to actually catch. No catchy. Squeeze the block. Press your pelvis down and lift up. Chest up. See if you can get your thighs up off the floor. Flex your feet towards the ceiling. Breathe right there. Beautiful. 3 more. 2 more. Roll your shoulders forward and up towards the ceiling. Good. Nice, Greg. 1 more breath in. Lower it all the way down. Take a breath in and out. 1 more set. Bend your knees. If you want to catch your ankles this time, you can. If not, you don't have to. Keep the block, though, and come on up. Yeah. The block is like your integrity meter on your foundation. Squeeze right here. Good. Keep squeezing the block. Flex your feet. Yes. Now hug in. Press your shins back. There you go. And heavy, heavy chest forward. That's it, Kyle. Now 3 more breaths. Breathe right there. That's the pose. 2 more breaths. You've got it. 1 more breath in and lower all the way down to the floor. Really good. Bend your knees. Windshield wipe your legs side to side. You can forget the block for now. Beautiful. Plant your hands beside your lowest rib. We'll get the block on the way up. Untuck your toes. On the inhale, press down through your hands. Press down through your toenails. Lift up to upward facing dog. Good. Take a big breath in. Hips back, downward facing dog. Pull your belly up towards your spine. Take 1 breath in your down dog. Clear that. Then drop to your knees for camel pose. Grab your block. Take the block medium width between your thighs. I lost my block somewhere. Medium width. And I know the cheat here because I use it all the time. So not on the floor. Make sure the block is up at least 1 inch off the floor. So that's this way. Cool. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Actually, let's tuck them. Try tucking. Squeeze into the block. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Hands to your butt cheek. So on the back side. Take a breath. Lift your chest up. Squeeze the block. Front of the pelvis up. Chest up. You can stay right here, or your fingertips come back to your heels. Good. Squeeze into the block. Press down through your foundation. Zip up through the core. Good, Hawa. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Stay for the out. Now press your feet down. Inhale, lift your chest up on the inhale. Downward facing dog, press back. Walk it out. Open your mouth, soften your jaw. Let out some steam. And then 1 more time. Camel, drop to your knees. Set the block between your thighs. Toes tucked or untucked, up to you. Squeeze in. Thighs to the block. Press down. Your feet and your shin. Now lift up. Front of the pelvis. Your ribs up and off of your pelvis. See if you can get all the way up to the tip of your chin. Lifting up. And then 3 breaths right there. Head in front of the pelvis up. Yes, like that. Take 1 more breath in. Stay for the out. Now inhale, chest up and out of the pose. Downward facing dog, press it back. Set the block aside, take a breath in, blow the air out, look at your hands, step or jump to a seat. Lie onto your back, bridge pose, bend your knees, plant your feet. It's like that. There's many points in the practice where you're like, I can't, I'm done. And then you find like, I can, I'm in the next pose already before I got a chance to think about it. Keep going with that. Bend your knees, plant your feet, lift your hips up. And check out this pose. Good, feet on 12 o'clock. So you've been diligent enough in your 12 o'clock feet that now you can feel what 12 o'clock is. Press the center of each heel down. Press the big toe mound of each foot down. If you cannot get your heels on the floor, walk your feet an inch forward to the top of your mat. Take one more breath in and lower all the way down. So you got 6 more back bends, bridge or wheel. If you've got the wheel, go for wheel. Set your hands, reach up towards the ceiling, bend your elbows, tuck your hands under your shoulders and mat width distance apart. So your elbows will point for the sky. Give it a shot, Lynn. Give it a try. Elbows point up. You'll never know unless you go. Take them wide. So mat width distance wide. Go wider than that. Yes. Now, press it down through your hands, press it down through your feet. Can you lift up to the top of your head? That's fine. And then just press through your hand. Right there. Perfect. Right there. Hold that. 5. If it's wheel, it's wheel. 4. Stay right there, Lynn. That's good. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin. Come all the way down. Take a breath in. Blow the air out. Set it up. Bridge or wheel. And inhale, press up. So it could be bridge with your hands in that wheel position. It could be coming up to the top of your head. You might be able to straighten your arms and go into the full wheel. Take one more breath. Tuck your chin, come all the way down. Take a breath on the floor. Set it up. Number 3. And rise. 5. Good. 4. 3, you're there now, just breathe. 2 and 1, tuck your chin, come down. Take a breath in, blow the air out, set your hands, set your feet, come up. It's the hunching forward that will kill us, right? This is setting everything free, everything that gets tight from sitting and driving and texting and computering. Take one more breath in, come all the way down. Last one, take a breath. Clear it, bridge your wheels, set it up, and come up. Just find a way to get your butt off the floor. Find a way. 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, Supta Baddha Konasana. Good work. If your wrists are a bit spicy, you can bring the back of your hands together over your heart, kind of like an inverted prayer position. Yeah, Kathy, put the back of your hands together if that's what you're trying to do. So the back of your hands pressed, that's it. And give a little pressure. Yeah, don't tune out, tune in, stay tuned in. Your heart, your breath, your body. Good. Dead bug pose. Hug your knees up into your shoulders. Catch your feet. So it could be your feet, maybe the back of your thighs is a better spot to catch. Take your knees wide. Now with your hands, whatever you got, whether it's your hand or your feet or your thighs, with your arms pulled down. So pull down, your shoulder blades plug into the floor. Have that step. Now keep the pull down and press your feet or thighs up into your hands. That will roll the back of your spine down. The last step might be soften your front ribs back into your body if your ribs kind of popped out. Can you soften your ribs back to center so your spine is long? Beautiful. Give that one more breath. And then release. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Sit on your hands. Take a breath in, legs reaching out from your pelvis. Big breath in. Lower your right foot to hover. Take a breath in, and then switch your legs. Take a breath in, switch your legs. Perfect. Go for 30 seconds. So hover will be different for everybody. Hover might be like 6 inches off the floor. Hover might be like you only drop 6 inches from vertical. So what you look and listen for is how low can you lower your leg before your low back comes up off the floor. 15 more seconds. Pull the pit of your belly down and play that edge for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Lower your legs a third of the way down to that hover point. Take a breath in. Lower a little bit more. Breath in. Lower a little bit more. Pull your belly down. Look up at your toes. And then inhale. Legs go up. Lower a third. Inhale. Lower a little more. Inhale. Lower just a little bit more. Look up at your toes. Spread your toes out. Good. Legs up. Last time. Breathe in. Lower a third. Breath in. Lower a little more. Breath in. Lower to hover. Hug everything into your spine. Hug tight. And then inhale, legs up to the sky. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest. All right. We're going to take bicycle like this morning. Take your block. We all have one now. I know you have one. Medium width. And that medium width will go between as you lie back. You'll bend your knees. The block, medium width, goes to the top of your thighs. Your hands go flat to the other side of the block. Okay, so it looks like, so if everyone can see like this, can everyone see over there? Like this. You need a block, Kevin. No, you have one. So not between your thighs, it's on the top of your thighs. So right like that. Okay, now head back. Palms press the block, thighs press the block. Good. Keep the pressure between your hands, the block, and your thighs. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, stretch your right leg forward. Keep the left knee into the block. Take a breath in, come back, 2 knees to the block. Take a breath in, other leg stretches away from the block. Take a breath in, 2 knees on the block. You're going to keep going like that. You only move on the exhale, okay? So be willing to go slow and wait for your breath. You've got 20 more seconds. As you move, can you keep the back of your pelvis on the mat the whole time? Rather than rocking side to side or tilting front and back, can you keep your pelvis neutral for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, even it out, 2, and 1. Good work. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a big squeeze. Oh, a full body stretch. Arms back, legs forward. Lengthen your shoulders up towards your ears. Lengthen all the way out through your fingertips. Point your toes, stretch out through your toes so you are as long as you can get from fingertip to toe tip. Nice, Kathy. Now take a big breath in. On the exhale, hug in. Hug your belly into your spine. Hug up tight. Oh, I called it wrong. Keep the long body. We'll do it again. So everything stays out long. Long, long, long. Keep this. Take a breath. Squeeze everything into your center tight. Boat pose. Come right up to it. Yeah, fight for it without your hands. See if you can do that. Good. Now go all the way back again. Full body breath. So a little cheat here, a little trick. You can bend your knees and plant your feet and work this way. Big breath in, get long. Blow all the air out, wait to be empty. Boat, come up. So feet on the floor makes it a little bit easier. Good. Take a breath in, lower it all the way down. Good. Full body breath. Blow all the air out. Boat. See if you can come all the way up. Swing your arms up. Good. Take a breath in. Lower it all the way back down. 2 more. Full body stretch. Blow all the air out. Swing your arms up, boat pose. Good. Take a breath in. Lower it all the way back. It's the last one. Full body stretch. Get as long as you can. Exhale, hug everything in. Skin to muscle to bone. Boat pose, come up. 5. Breathe. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Cross your shins, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Take it back. Half pigeon on the right side. Oh. You can take half pigeon on your back. So half pigeon, right knee towards your right wrist. Front shin towards 90. For most of us, the right shin will not land at 90, and that's fine. So it's an area to open into, and it's okay if that's beyond your edge today. If your right hip is well up off the floor, that's fine, as long as that feels okay. If that feels tense or tight to have your hip floating, put a block underneath of it. Open your eyes and take sleep, deep, slow, rhythmic breaths. If you are prone, which is where your torso is facing the floor, plant your hands right where you're at. Keep your lower body where it's at. Lift up to your arms. Stretch your torso up and out of your pelvis a little bit more, and then fold again. Can you get out longer? If you're on your back, you might be able now to catch your right thigh and draw your right thigh towards your chest to deepen the stretch. This is going to give this a little bit of flexion here. Does that feel okay? Good. And switch sides. Come back to down dog for a second. So when you go to take this forward, try going wider this way. Yep. Yeah. Good. Now drop this knee down. There you go. Does that feel okay? Okay. So if this feels really tight in your hips, you can take your left thigh wider to the left-hand side, that front thigh wider. That might suit you too. Yes. Yep. That's it. If you feel like nothing here, there doesn't feel like there's a stretch, especially in your left glute, then your left thigh can go more parallel to the left edge of your mat. Your front shin can move more parallel to the front of your mat. So that's how you continue to kind of work into the edge and what might be for you a new edge in the pose if you're not feeling a whole lot going on. And then yours here, Nikki, is this. So this way, and this way. You feel a bit more here? Okay. You can even use this hand here to help anchor it. Okay. Walk up to your hands, prone. Lift your torso up a little bit higher, and then fold again, get longer. Breathe in the new space. Good. All right, plant your hands. If you're prone, come up to a seated position. We'll all meet up there. Double pigeon, right shin on top. Stacked parallel over the bottom shin, which is the left shin on bottom. You can take this as another half pigeon on your back. Once you've created your legs, it looks like everyone has that. Situate yourself so you're sitting on the front of your sitting bones. So that might mean just pushing your hands down and popping your sitting bones back. If they're here, pop them out and back behind you. If that doesn't cover it, then you might need to sit on a block to get your sitting bones back. You're good. You're fine. Yeah. Sit up as tall as you can and then fold. Just discover what degree of fold you have. Draw your front ribs in towards center. Take one more breath. And sit all the way up. Change the cross of your legs. So now in these poses, we're no longer foundationed in the feet so much. Your foundation is now your sitting bones. It's the very bottom of your pelvis. So you can locate the right and left side and see if you can check that you're sitting on the front. So as each sitting bone, there's kind of a back edge to it and a front edge to it. Can you sit on the front edge of your sitting bones? Once you've got that, sit up as tall as you can. That's it. Now the long spine, begin to tip forward. And as you tip, watch that your sitting bones, the floor is moving in front of them even more. The moment your pelvis stops moving, you stop trying to fold. And then the step is just soften. Can you soften the back side of your body? Pull your front ribs in towards center so that your back ribs get wider and softer. So it's like this way. They come in here. Yes. That's it. Now breathe through here. Let your shoulders relax. That's it. One more breath. Beautiful. Sit all the way up. Sit up for seated wide-legged forward fold. So you'll take your legs out wide, like a very wide letter V. Front of the sitting bones on the floor. New pose, might need new props to be in that position. Now sit up as tall as you can. Press your seat down, lift your head up, keep the length, and fold forward. Feel that you're rolling beyond the front of your sitting bones as you come down. If you get to where there's no more moving in your pelvis, step one is bend your knees a little bit and see if that frees your pelvis to move. If that's not doing anything, stay right where you're at. Maintain the length through your spine and soften the muscles on the back side of your body. So here's the length. Good. It's like you're trying to reach your head and touch it for the front of the room. That kind of length. And if you feel like you're bracing your muscles on your back, can you soften that? Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Sit all the way up. Seated single leg extension, right leg straight down the mat. Left foot to your right inner thigh. On the front of your sitting bones, you sit, reach up, breathe in, then fold over your right thigh. Some of these poses are like thinking ahead, working ahead for your next practice. So if you are challenged in getting your big toe mound down, this is where you're opening up and releasing the muscles that prevent that action from happening. You do that by drawing the baby toe side of your right foot back. Bend your knee a little more. Draw this side back. Press through the big toe mound and hug your right outer hip back. That's it. Now breathe. When I do this, I feel all this tightness like back here. And that's what prevents your big toe from being able to press down. Take a breath or two. It's like that back outer knee area. Good. Sit all the way up and then change sides. Left leg straight, right foot in. Sit up nice and tall, get long, and then fold. You can use a towel or a strap, anything like that. Rob, I would try your towel. You're welcome. Just like that. And then play, like if you have a strap or a towel, can you play with the baby toe side coming back? And if it's not moving, bend a little bit more. Really be willing to bend your knee a lot and see if you can get, yeah, that's it. Now the baby toe side is starting to draw back. Deep breaths. One more. Sit all the way up. Stretch both legs down the mat, seating forward fold. Yeah, reach up, fold forward. Catch the baby toe side of your feet. Draw the baby toe side back. And Christopher's doing such a great job bending his knees. That's it. Awesome, Charlie. See if you can, you have the flexibility to do it. Can you put in this outer part coming back like that? Yeah. And it's just like that millimeter all of a sudden wakes up something that's been tight and kind of hiding out. Good. Take one more breath. Clear it. And then come all the way up, sitting tall. Reverse table. Plant your hands behind your hips. Fingers point forward. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and then lift your hips up. Lift up through your chest. Yeah, you can definitely do reverse plank is also an option. Breathe. That's great. And then Lynn, right there, just press your chest up a little bit. That's it. Beautiful. That's perfect. Take one more breath in and lower your hips all the way down. Fish pose. Drop to your forearms. You could have a block up between your shoulder blades, draped over the block. If you're going without the block, as you dip back, keep your forearms where they're at and slide your torso and your hips back until your head touches. Head kind of floating without a block is not the best place to be. It gets hard to breathe that way. So you can go without the block, go back to your forearms. Do you want to try it without the block, Hayden? Because you have it. Now keep your forearms and slide your torso back this way. That's it. That towel's kind of getting you a little bit. And you might have the bun in the way too. Is your head on the floor? Yes. Now press. Press your forearms, out, breathe. And if it's not a position you can breathe in, that's when the block is going to be your best bet. Good. Soften your forehead, soften your face, soften your throat. Take one more breath. And if you have a block, catch your head with a hand and roll to a side. If you don't have the block, you can tuck your chin, lie down onto your back. From your back, plow pose. If you're going for headstand or handstand, you can take that at the back of your mat. We're setting up for shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand, first go to plow. Plow goes first. In your plow position, work your shoulders as deeply underneath of you as you can. So what helps me is to interlace my fingers underneath and then use that to really wedge my shoulders together. Okay, once they're as tight as they'll go, your shoulders together, hands to your mid back. Now reach your legs up for the ceiling. If you are feeling all the pressure in your head and your neck, your shoulders aren't together enough yet. And once you've got your legs up, stretch your legs forward until they're over your pelvis. So you'll feel the weight shift out of your head and neck and into your upper arms. And then it truly becomes kind of like the shoulder. Keep stretching up a lot through your toes and then take it this way, right there. Now breathe. Are you falling out? So try, set it up again through your plow. And really wedge. So lift one shoulder, scooch it, lift another shoulder, scooch it. Yep. Good. Now legs go up. Your pose is like chaturanga. And all these poses where you're using the strength of the back of your shoulders to stabilize, this pose helps you with that. Now press your arms down. Let's soften your face and breathe. Ooh, is that it? Okay, shoulders stand, come back to plow. So your feet will go back that way. Bend your knees if you need to. Good. And then from plow, bend your knees to your ears, Deaf Yogi's pose. Round your back. Deaf Yogi is not the place for you today. On your back, hug your nose to your knees to your nose, curl up. So give the back side of your body one last stretch. Good. If you are in Deaf Yogi, roll out on. We'll all meet up, hugging our knees into our chest. From there, drop your knees to the right. Tee your arms, look off to the left, supine twist. And then gather your knees back up through center. Knees go left, eyes go right. And then come back to center, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Open your knees up wide like a book. Take your arms out on either side of your body. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. If you can, close your eyes. If that causes you anxiety, keep your eyes open, but set to a point. And together, one last time, take a breath in. Open your mouth, clear it out, and straighten your legs, Shavasana. You're at the end of this particular journey. It helps to start with the knowing that all that occurred was exactly what needed to happen. Nothing to fix, nothing to get right, nothing to go back and assess. And knowing that, put your attention on the feeling of your body as it exists right now. Your feet, your legs, your torso, your arms, your head, your neck. There's some feelings that might register as good, some feelings that might register as not good. And can you just get present to the direct experience of your body and the sensations therein without adding the label? And take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. And slowly hug your knees up into your chest. Roll to a side, your favorite side. And then press up to a seated position. And in your seat, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Lift all the way up through your spine, through your crown, through your fingertips. Breathe in. Then exhale your hands to heart center. Close your eyes as your thumb knuckles press into your heart. Feel in from the skin in to the space that you are. So, yep, there's organs in there. We know that. And though there's mostly space, a few atoms and a whole lot of space. Feel into that space and set an intention for how you will create the space moving forward today. It's always your space to create. Take a breath in Blow it out. And we'll close with 3 final ohms. Inhale. Lift your thumb-knuckles to the center of your forehead. Thank you, all of you, for coming and practicing today in studio and joining in at home. Thank you for playing your edges, for challenging yourself, trying new things, and for showing up so genuinely and authentically for each one of us here. Together, take a big breath in, blow it out through your mouth, and together we say, namaste. Namaste. Great job today, everybody.